For more on the Benue killings and how to end the bloodshed and destruction of property, we have in the studio Senator Titus representing Benue North, Benue Northwest, joining. Nice to have you here, distinguished.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you, sir.
And also joining via Zoom from Benue State is a human and gender rights activist, Ukan Kuru. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much.
All right. Distinguished, let me start with you. What happened in Yellowater, it needed not to have happened if the various institutions of states, at the federal and the state level, were active in their responsibilities. But sadly, it happened. Children were killed, mothers killed, and some quarters say hundreds died. Now, Mr. President will be visiting. Now, what is the political class in Benue State? Talking about every one of you, the governor, the senators, the SGF, what are you doing to collaborate for peace and also to prepare the ground for Mr. President so that it will be not just a visit, but a remarkable visit that is bringing an end to the crisis?
Well, let me thank you for giving me this opportunity to make my inputs on the burning issue of insecurity in Benue State and other parts of North Central region in Nigeria as a whole. I want to start by saying I got the news about the President's Wednesday visit with a lot of relief. When you have a crisis situation as serious as the one we have in Benue State, and then the father of the nation, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, tends to focus on it, you have the hope that this is the end of the problem, because his visit will not only give our people a sense of consolation, it will also give them courage to stay focused and face what has bedeviled them. And Mr. President himself will be availed the opportunity of hearing firsthand from the people who have become prey in the hands of their invaders and tormentors. So, as a senator representing the local governments that have become the epicenter of this crisis, I feel proud that now I belong to a system that cares for my people. I feel comfortable that Mr. President will see in practical terms the reality of the agonies, the pains, the sufferings, the deprivations that our people have been subjected to over time, especially in the last few months. So we welcome him with very high hopes and a huge sense of relief that, yes, he's a caring leader and his coming to Benue would put a stop to this nonsense that has been ongoing for a long time.
When you say his coming will put a stop to this, what is happening in Benue State, and it gives you a sense of relief, what kind of action should Nigerians and also the people of Benue expect from this kind of visit? Because it's not just about the president coming to visit and see what's on ground. What kind of action is going to follow that?
Well, Benue State, as you already know, has gone through this crisis for a long time. And at some point, there was the consideration of a law that was passed in place, then that was put in place by the Benue House of Assembly, called Open Grazing Prohibition and Ranches Establishment Law, which has not been enforced. During Governor Oton, this law was passed, and he tried to enforce it. But along the line, it was politicized, and he couldn't achieve anything. Today, another governor has come in place, and this government is in the same political party with the center. So, unlike the Otom scenario, who now jumped boat and went to PDP, you could say there was a gap. The present administration is APC. Governor Leah is APC. We are all APC. The center is APC. So I think, thinking in terms of concrete steps, this is the time for this law to be put in place. The state government needs to play her own part, and then the federal government would also play her own part to be able to implement this law. Let everybody who has cattle in Benue, who practices livestock business, whether you are a Fulani man or you are a Tiu man, know that a law is in place and it is up to them to comply with the law. So, in terms of concrete steps, the present visit will facilitate the implementation of this law, and that has to be done through a directive from the president.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Mr. Okankoro,